We would now like to turn the time for an acceptance for the next hour and a half.
Just turn the mic over, will you?
May I, on behalf of all of us, represent to all of you a giant in our city, Kem Gardner.
That award is so heavy, I can see why Roger uses it as a doorstop. Man, this is really big. I'm overwhelmed by it, and I have to admit, from what's been said, I'm having trouble recognizing the person that you're honoring tonight. Lane, you told me it would be big, but is a sellout the best you can do? When I told Carolyn I'd been selected, she said, "Honestly?" And I said, "Well, why would you bring that up?" Emily Dickinson put this night in perspective in a little poem that we learned in grade school. I'm nobody. Who are you? Are you nobody too? Then there's a pair of us. Don't tell. They'll banish us, you know. How dreary to be somebody. How public like a frog to tell your name the livelong day to an admiring bog. Well, Emily's dreary somebodies are very busy keeping their names public and croaking like a frog. But the Tribune said today that I'm soft-spoken and humble. I know why we've gathered tonight, because of the high regard of this community for the role and mission of the Chamber. And I believe in this award. I think it's good for the community to encourage business, public service, and philanthropy. And those who have previously received the award are well-deserving. They're pillars of our community, and I'm enormously grateful for even imagining that my name could appear on their list. So I take the award very seriously, but like Emily, myself not so much so. I don't suppose receiving it means that my friends will buy lunch, or that you'll all start naming your children Kem or Kemuel, or even that I'll get better seats at the Jazz. I just want to continue to be a humble, soft-spoken guy. I express my love and gratitude to Carolyn and our children. A boy off the farm and a cultured girl from Washington, D.C. proved that opposites really do attract. It was love at first sight for me, and for 45 years, I found lasting love and fulfillment. I'm still learning, however, to use the right fork, not to wear my white sweat socks to church, and to say bull and horse manure. They say that when you're over the hill, you begin to pick up speed. So I love going to work, to be with my great family and talented co-workers, and see if there isn't some good we can yet accomplish. Christian does his best to keep it all together, and I get to play the banker. Even 5 of my brothers help on selected projects. I thank my family for their love and support, and especially because my kids don't seem to mind me giving away their inheritance. I want to thank especially tonight the great leadership of the Chamber. Lane, Natalie, Heidi, Jackie, Christina, Marty, and all of you that have been involved. And I want my close and dear friends, Bert and Scott and Walt, to know that I appreciate you chairing this event. You have my deepest appreciation. You did such a remarkable job. Trust me, with your energy and a little better honoree, you could have filled the Energy Solutions Arena. I want to thank each of the sponsors. I've enjoyed our association in business over the years. I know how important you've been to our success. The level of your giving is truly remarkable, and I trust it won't get passed back to me in invoices. I appreciate my dear friends who have flattered me on the podium and on the video. They say that flattery is the art of telling a person exactly what he thinks of himself. Remember also that my cousins, Elder Stephen and Jeffrey, have to make me look good to protect the family name. I love them both. There's no one who can make a person look good better than Elder Holland and Charles Sorensen. Thanks to each of you for your generous remarks. And I want to also thank Malia Tronjo for arranging this symphony and this beautiful music that's going to follow. Please don't think it's over. And I want to thank David D., the chairman of the development committee of the symphony, who's sponsoring the symphony and the music, and who'll be paying you a visit soon. Will Rogers said that you only learn in two ways, by reading books and the other by association with smarter people. I read hundreds of books, and through time spent in the business community and service, I became personally acquainted with all but one of the truly great giants that are listed in the program. I admire them. I'm in awe of their many efforts to work on giant issues. I wondered why they named that giant in the city, but it is because the issues are really enormous and it takes great leadership. The Gardners entered this valley in 1847 and immediately began to build flour and lumber mills and roads and canals. And I suppose that I have a genetic imperative to be a restless person. People who know me know that. When I see things that need to be done, I want to get at them. The words of Thomas Hardy have long struck a very responsive chord with me. When the present has latched its postern behind my tremulous stay, and the May month flaps its glad green leaves like wings, delicate, filmed as new spun silk, will the neighbors say, "He was a man who used to notice such things"? Since my earliest apprenticeship with Senator Ted Moss, I've noticed such things. I've wanted to join others in doing good, in bettering conditions for people in their daily lives, with quality health care, education of our youth, protection of our resources, improving the odds for the less fortunate, supporting the arts, and building infrastructure to allow our communities to grow and flourish. I've been greatly blessed and inspired in these efforts through the association of numerous compassionate, caring people who serve on the nonprofit boards, and I've learned two lessons. You don't give very much until you give of your time. And as Justice Brandeis said, the most important political office is that of private citizen. You don't have to hold a public office to do good and make a difference. Of all the listed giants that have influenced me greatly, I only can mention a few. Giant Calvin Rampton encouraged me to remain in Utah and not go to California to practice law. And he helped Roger and me get our business off the ground. Giant Ellis Ivory directed me towards a business career. This great giant Roger Boyer laid out a vision of what we could accomplish together in real estate and has been a loyal friend and mentor and partner. Giant N. Eldon Tanner stressed I should always make certain the other party knew as much about an impending deal as I did. Giant Wendell Ashton taught me the right way to ask people for support of the symphony. If you want 5,000, you ask them for 100,000, and people will be happy to give you the 5. Giants Fred Ball, Verl Topham, Spence Eccles, Frank Jocklitz, Don Cash, Nick Rose, and Mitt Romney let me join them in important causes and boards that elevated my thinking as to our community's great potential on the world stage. It's amazing how Mitt still has his hand in my pocket. I want to mention the giant role that Verl played in helping our business become successful, along with James Lee, who's here tonight, in the development of Block 57 and One Utah Center. The broadcasting company that Giants Arch Madsen and President Gordon B. Hinckley developed gave me 15 years to work with my friend Bruce Rees. Giant Scott Parker, Bill Nelson, and Charles Sorensen gave me a 30-year opportunity to learn wonderful values and to care for the health needs of our communities, regardless of a person's ability to pay, and to spend time in service with really special trustees. Giant John Huntsman has been a wonderful friend and mentor, and it's been a privilege to be involved in the Huntsman Intermountain Cancer Care Collaborative. Giant Jim Sorensen enabled Intermountain to reach our fundraising goals of completing the Intermountain Medical Center. Giants Larry Miller, Bishop Irish, Bishop Burton have been great examples to me of philanthropy and community service. Now I have other friends besides Giants. Ted Wilson, who involved me in the airport hub business with the great Larry Lee. I've said many times that no one's done more for this state since Brigham Young than Larry Lee, who brought the Delta hub to Utah with billions of dollars every year. Governor Scott Matheson involved me in higher education issues. Deborah Bale of United Way teaches me daily the importance of building lives as well as buildings. Scott Anderson, Teresa Beck, and my great friend Randy Horiuchi inspire me with their boundless energy in so many great causes. I am very appreciative that Randy has been able to leave his home today after this recent health issue, and that he is here tonight. And I express my deep appreciation, Randy, and I want you to just wave so they know where you are. Johnny Gust has been a great partner and a friend. So many people I admire, and family, and books, and music, and art, and horses, and mountains. I can say that my life has been not only big, but truly charmed. As the hymn says, I scarce can take it in. Let me conclude by paying tribute to my wonderful parents, who developed in all of their children a sense of optimism, even in tough times, and taught us the values of hard work and love of these precious mountain valleys that we call our home. Thank you all very much.